All right, I'm live on Twitch, which I'm not actively looking at. All right, it says I'm now live on YouTube. All right, I need to make this a shortcut for my bookmarks tool. There it is. All right, cool. So now I can come back here easier. All right, so that's working so far. That looks good. Let me turn on my light. All right, so far so good. All right, center. All right, now it's right screen. All right, now I just got to move everything all the way over to the left. Get this off there so it's not blocking that. Now we're gonna do the ultimate test. I'm gonna go into Dead Space and see if the frame rate dies. All right, now let me pull up the stream on my phone. All right, it's building shaders. I haven't played in a couple days, so I guess it has to redo it. We're gonna run a benchmark test and see if I lose frame rates during the benchmark test. I think Dead Space has a benchmark test.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Do you have the stream up on your page? Someone else is watching. I'm a little surprised.
Are you streaming it on YouTube? Or?
Both Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, thank goodness I got a YouTube tab. Great.
Yeah. For those who are watching, this is a test of me running my dual graphics cards I just installed.
And I have to be here with my own people.
She's also helping me test Discord because Discord was having issues earlier with me and one other person. But I've commonly had issues with audio with that guy, so I'm not so she's nice enough to help me test that. You also can't hear her because I'm not in my dual chat. So
Okay, so I see your test. Okay, so I see you.
Yeah.
See your stream on.
Cool. So that's working. How do I look on Twitch? Cool thing is I actually now have a hotkey so I can just push it to start my ads. Oh, so one cool new thing, Harris Heller announced this. So if you guys want to look at his video, you can. Basically, you now have like a second window. To me, it's on this side. Uh, this side, my right. Anyway, what it is I can hit a button and it'll create a short for me effectively, and it'll do it in the horizontal perspective. So it makes it a hell of a lot easier to just quickly make short. The one thing that I think people are going to forget, the people who are going to be doing shorts, is people who are going to make a difference who still take the short and then edit in other things like smart ass comments and sound effects or whatever. They're the ones who are going to make the difference when it comes to it. Because unless you're going to be just doing a badass, like, here's my 360 no scope bullshit. So I should probably turn on my co-star one just so that while we're talking, people can hear you. That people don't think I'm crazy. Let me do that.
I mean, you're already crazy.
Good point. I don't think people would.
I mean the name of the Discord is Mad Lad, so I'd assume you're a bit mad.
Well, that was more of like a weird D&D thing I decided to do.
Well, you haven't changed it, so anyway, you look good on my end for both sides.
Okay, good. I think I always look good. No, I don't. I fucking hate the way I look half the time. Today I think I look good though. Although I think I'm gaining
You
weight.
look good. You don't have your hair all weird and wired out like I do right now, currently at the moment. Why I have like a piece of my hair covering my left eye.
You're doing the whole anime thing. I might have to close the program and bring it back up. Let me close Dead Space and bring it back up because this might be just Dead Space having issues. Because I can also boot up Forspoken and give that a test. But Dead Space, okay, hang on. Dead Space is the primary goal of me being able to do this. Because the whole reason I wanted 2 GPUs is so I can stream Dead Space. Because when I'm streaming it, I'm 1,000,000% going to be playing it in hard mode. I eventually want to beat it in impossible mode. Because I was talking with Matt Techie and he had a great point. He said, with how much we love Dead Space, it's a sin that neither one of us has platinumed it.
I mean, here's the problem with that. You're not wrong.
It's still building shaders. And even
And I
with
got
okay, here we go.
the-
We got the epilepsy health warning. Is further than we got last time. But so that seems like it was just Dead Space being Dead Space. What were you gonna say?
I got it. I got the thing.
Okay.
The premium pass.
You can stop watching it if you
means-
want, unless you're just trying to give me watch time, which is also nice.
Watch time.
All right. For fuck
Watch
all reasons, people on Twitch, unless you're subscribed, are about to get an ad. There you go.
Good thing I'm watching you on.
Well,
Yeah,
if
I'm
you were a
watching you.
subscriber on Twitch, then you wouldn't even have to worry about it. You'd just be hearing me just talk and rant. All right. So the frames have already dropped a little bit, and that has me annoyed / concerned. All right, we're gonna load into my current save, which is on normal.
Here's the problem with that. I don't
Oh.
have a lot of money to continue subscribing to you in continuous way.
It was a joke.
And I also bought the Mercy costume because I had extra points.
Because you should have been Mercy.
Should have been Mercy.
All right,
Could
so I'm
have been
still getting
anyone.
frame loss. What the fuck? This should not be a thing. I could have sworn there was a benchmark test I can do. Like, I do have the graphics set to high, granted.
That could probably do it.
Shut up.
I'm not saying it would, but
All right. Hey, Amber. I stole your sister. Or whatever you call her.
just go with sister. It makes it easier.
That works. All right. So let's see here. We're going to be doing some research to see what I can do. So change your X24 preset, which I do. All right, hang on. Let's do this. Okay, I've already lowered my frame rate. But I have a stupid amount of RAM. I have 2 graphics cards now, and they are set up to work off each other. Okay, and I think I'm using NVENC, so let's look at that. I unfortunately won't be able to change too much while streaming, but I can at least look. At least I don't think I can change. Okay, so that's good. All right, stream. Can't change any of that. Well, yeah, like it actually this preset might be an issue. Let's go to medium quality. Apply. What's that going to do? Tuning. So because I am using the NVIDIA NVAC, so that shouldn't be an issue. All right, now let's go back to the game. Let's see if my frame rates drop any. Continue game. Frame. I dropped. It went down a frame FPS. All right, so that seems to have done it. All right. Now we're going to give it another test. I'm going to go back to menu. Since I didn't save, I'll get my ammo back. I really thought there was a benchmark test I could do in this. Gothic, say something. Gothic, you're not saying anything. I strictly demanded you say something. Did you disconnect? Say something. No, she's in a match in Overwatch. All right. So now we're going to boot up Forspoken because that's another one I had issues with. Because at most right now I've lost a single FPS. Like I went down 1 to 29 instead of at 30 where I keep it. I want to get it back up to 60 FPS. I'm running dual graphics cards. It should not be an issue. I, in theory, could have 6 monitors. And that would be glorious. Actually, technically, I have a third monitor I can set up, which is my my tablet, my drawing tablet. But even going down 1 FPS is not a big deal. All right, so far I haven't lost anything here. I know this one has a benchmark I can run. because it's going to test my graphics card as best it can. Graphics card. I got a plural now. Not seeing anything on the screen at all. I don't think that's a good sign. If I'm not seeing anything on the screen, that means... But I'm also not losing any frames. Alright, I'm going to close out of Forspoken. Like, I should have just loaded into the game and see what it did. Gotta wait for it to catch up. Because I gotta finish that game. The ending's already been ruined to me. So I feel less pressure to finish it. Alright, just keeping an eye on the FPS. CPU jumped up to 11. It's been sitting at about 7 or 8. Now it jumped up to 10 there or 11 for a minute. Sorry if this is a boring stream to y'all, but I'm just testing my setup. All right, we're gonna load into my game, which I use a controller for this game, so I'm gonna run around the game a little bit to see what happens. So far, the frame rate hasn't dropped. The only time I've seen it drop was briefly into Dead Space. I need to get you your graphics card, Gothic. I don't even know if she can hear me. All right, still loading into game. Encoding overload. I don't know why I'd be having an encoding overload. My FPS dropped down to 13.
Well, that wasn't much fun.
On the bright side, the way is clear.
Yeah, I'm at 14 FPS right now. Alright, so something's not working right. Alright. Because the games are running perfectly fine. My hardware is very fucking upgraded, so that's not an option. Downscale your output resolution. Should need to do that. Once again, my hardware is great. Like, the only way it can get better is if I was running a dual computer. All right, this is what I'm looking at, everybody. So y'all aren't just seeing me stare at a screen. All right. I keep it at 6,000 FPS because I'm at both, or at this, so that's not an option. I've got this going. Do I? Hang on. Hang on. Output. Rate control is, what is my rate control right now? CBR. Okay, so that's correct. Let's see here. Okay. Output tab, advanced streaming tab. That's what I'm on. It doesn't say anything about frame intervals, rate control. That's correct. Preset drop down to quality. Oh, okay. Max B frame is 2. Okay, so that's kind of what I've done. Run OBS in an administrator mode. I don't know if this is considered administrator. I never checked. Unfortunately, I'm currently streaming, so I can't really change that. I only use one browser.
Okay, I'm back.
I was wondering, I'm sitting there trying to talk to you and you weren't saying shit. So this is something I could do. I could scale down from what I'm streaming. So let's see here. Hang on. Hold on to your butts. let's see here. So it'd be video. I can't change this while streaming, but I can worry about that later. All right, that could be something I could do. All right, so that's good. These are all good. So I'm not seeing anything there. So let me see if it says anything about OBS frame drop. Go away. From drops at... Okay. Frame drops are caused by render frame rate to encoder frame rate mismatch. For example, if you render at 100 FPS and the encoder is only configured to handle 60 FPS, then it will drop those extra 40 frames every second because the encoder... That's not what I'm doing. Okay, that's no. What if I were to raise my FPS? Because I've always streamed at 60. I can't change that from here, so unfortunately. At least not yet. Okay, let's check to see if I can frame limit the game from within to see if that makes a difference. Because Dead Space is the real game I care about. The testing now at this point is more about a spite. Because like I went through all this trouble getting a new graphics cards. Yeah, the S should be after cards. And if I went through all that, paid the money, and I'm still not getting what I wanted, I'm gonna be a little salty. So what I'm guessing is going on, like from what I'm reading. Okay, right here. Encoding overload concerning down video settings. So I think it's trying to, because it's trying to downscale what I'm currently doing. Here we go. Okay, let's lower the FPS down to 30 in the game itself. All right, confirm. All right. That looks promising actually already. So now that it's no longer downscaling. So me actually running it at a lower frame per second might have been what was causing a lot of issues. I may have not needed to get a new graphics card. I don't know.
That wasn't much fun.
Hey, you
Okay, it
have
just
one
dropped
at
down to
least.
2903.
Way is clear.
Now it's back up to 30. And it was crashing earlier from... Okay, let's me move around. It's working. I'm at 30 frames per second. So for my next test, I'd have to end the stream and bring it back up. I don't like that. All right. Y'all going to be dealing with me going into a new stream. I'm going to set it up so it just carries over. So for those who are already watching it, you'll... Hang on, let's see if I can... Redirect. Okay, I don't have an... What's up?
Also, I was able to buy both the Battle Pass and the Mosey skin, because I should have been Mosey.
Coolsies. That's actually really legitly awesome.
Because I said I was only going to get 20 bucks on it, and I was able to spare it with a little extra, so...
If you needed my help, I could have helped you.
That's good.
I'm here for you.
Look, the only reason I had the extra was just in case it's the new Battle Pass that I wanted in it. And since they haven't said anything new about it, I was like, okay. Okay. You do you, Bo. So glad I got this new Mosu skin. It actually looks beautiful.
Right now,
Look,
what
I'm a
doing...
suckle.
What was that, Gothic?
I'm a suckle for Mosu, okay? I'm a Mosu simp.
Which is very odd.
I mean, at one point I was a Widowmaker simp, but then I just realized I can't play holes, so...
That's valid.
I had to move to someone else that I could play.
I'm curious why a test stream of mine has like some of the highest views I normally get, which is kind of funny.
You want to know why, right?
Why is that?
Right? It's because people want to see what you're testing. Trust me, I did a test stream a long time ago on Twitch, and I got like 22 people. I was like, what the fuck? I said it at one point. I'm like, I'm testing. I'm not going to be streaming very long.
All right.
And
So
somebody said what I said is because they want to see what you're testing. I'm like, fair point.
fair point. All right. So we're gonna be testing two things simultaneously. One, I'm gonna stop this stream, and the way YouTube works, it should kick you over to the next stream, which will be just the standby screen. And then when I boot back up, you guys can be right back into the new test stream, and I'm going to be raising the FPS to 60. And Dead Troop, this is just a test stream. You're about to get kicked over to the second test stream where I'm going to be raising the FPS in my stream to see if my new graphics cards are able to handle it. So we'll test, and we're